I get questions in my inbox all the time, and I figured it would be helpful if I shared those questions, because if one person has this question, then there's probably multiple people who have this question. So the question was, how do we cleanse our body? And I couldn't even come up with the words to text back. I had to voice note because it's such a complex response. Cleansing is not linear. So we're not looking at one method of cleansing, and we're not looking at one way of cleansing, right? There are so many different functions within the body. There are so many different kinds of toxins that we are exposed to that we require multiple kinds of cleansing. So, first and foremost, I always point people towards my school community, Sovereign Sanctuary, because I have a full module within a course, healing from within. And in the module, I break down the different kinds of cleansing. We go through what is most, let's say, complex, as well as simpler ways of cleansing. So complex methods, they require some assistance, some guidance. Strict protocol is being followed. There might be additional tools that are needed versus something simpler could be like drinking dandelion tea every morning on an empty stomach, right? That is cleansing your liver. And that's also very effective, and I recommend it. Everybody loves to say that dandelion tea doesn't taste good. Dandelion tea has grown on me. I love me a piping hot cup of dandelion tea. So that's on the simpler side. I also do coffee enemas once a week. So that's on the more complex side. And so, depending on the kind of cleansing you're interested in, that changes my response, right? So, are you looking to cleanse for parasites? Are you looking to cleanse the gut because maybe you have acne, or maybe you have eczema, or maybe there's so many different symptoms that call for cleansing. But here's the thing, we need not wait for a symptom to cleanse. We should just be cleansing on the regular, because understand that we are exposed to toxins in our everyday products. We are exposed to toxins in our food. We are exposed to toxins in our air. We are exposed to toxins in the water that we drink and bathe in. We are exposed to toxins in the vaccines. Like, there's literally toxins flying at you from every direction. And you out here talking about you have never done a cleanse? That's crazy. That's crazy. In 2025, I need you to do a cleanse. I need you to do multiple cleanses. That might be fasting, right? So fasting can look different because you might be fasting off everything. You might be water only. You might be water and herbs only. You might be juice cleansing. You might be doing one meal a day. You might be doing a 30-day juice fast. You might be doing a 7-day juice fast. You might be doing a 1-day juice fast. You might be doing a coconut water fast, right? Like, there is so many ways to go about this that are so healing for the body, because understand that digesting requires energy. Consider the human body like a cell phone, right? At the end of the day, your cell phone's battery is depleted because you've been using it all day, and it needs to charge. So you plug it in, it restores to 100%. You get plugged in when you sleep at night, and you restore hopefully to 100%. That's the thing, most of us are not even doing that. With that being said, now you're waking up the next day, maybe on 100, maybe on 80, and as you are going through your day, when you are eating and you're giving your body that responsibility and that task of digesting, you're eating up a large portion of that battery, that charge. So what your body is capable of doing in a day where it doesn't have to put all that energy into digesting, it's able to focus on other things in terms of repairing. This is why when we are sick, we shouldn't be eating heavy meals, big portions. Even in fact, fasting while you're sick is going to help your body speed up the healing process within reason, right? Because you still want to get minerals into the body. So keeping it super light, right? Liquids. This is why, I mean, ultimately the body doesn't really have that much of an appetite when you're ill anyway. With that being said, let's circle back. Where were we? Choosing to fast frees up a large percentage of your energy. So now, again, your body has this excess energy to perform other tasks. Now, I want to swing back to sleep. I just touched on that restorative period where we should be getting adequate rest, right? The problem is that the body has a circadian rhythm. The body is designed to perform the task of repair and restore between the hours of 10 p.m. and somewhere between 3 and 4 a.m. Some will even extend that to 5 to 6 a.m. But between those hours, your body is doing its greatest repair. More specifically between 10 and 2, like we really need to be sleeping between these hours. And again, so like the majority of us are not sleeping between those hours. So right there, we're compromising immune function. Right there, we're compromising our body's ability to properly detox. Okay, so sleep is the first step in terms of detoxing. Second step is, what are you putting in the body? You might be drinking tea. You might be drinking lime or lemon and allowing that to cleanse mucus. You might be drinking sea moss, getting minerals in, right? Like there's so many different things that you can put into the body that can help it to perform optimally. So that can also play another factor in terms of detoxing. You can be doing parasite cleansing in that form. You could be juicing greens like cilantro, and that can be cleansing out heavy metals, right? You can be a Parafy kit. I use that. It's a heavy metal cleanse as well as a parasite cleanse. So there are different ways in which you can consume to detox. Now, your third option is something a little bit more complex, like I mentioned earlier, say an enema or a colonic. If you have the right tools, the right guidance, this is something that can be performed at home, or like I said, for a colonic, you can go into a facility and have this done. But colon cleansing is so important and not enough people talk about it. And again, there is so much to it. So it's not simple to just be like, oh, hey, here's how to do a coffee enema, go do it, right? Like you actually need that professional guidance. But with that being said, I recommend in some way, shape, or form regularly doing colon cleansing, because ultimately between the gut and the colon, toxins build up, right? And people like, in general, humans are so backed up. We are all walking around with pounds of waste that have not exited the body when they were supposed to. So with that being said, we must do our part to effectively and consistently cleanse our bodies. Because here's the thing, failure to properly detox, failure to cleanse consistently is what leads to illness. And so many people are skipping this step in these years and then ending up in, unfortunately, late 30s for some, early 40s, 50s, 60s, and now we're talking chronic illness. And it's just because there's an overload of toxins in the body and a lack of nutrients, right? But that's the other thing. It's like when we're dealing with parasites, correct me if I'm wrong, but parasites, they're robbing us of our nutrients. Do parasites steal your nutrients? Yes, parasites can absolutely steal your nutrients. Many types of parasites, especially those that live in the digestive system, thrive by absorbing the nutrients from the food you eat before your body can fully process them. What? So we're mineral deficient, right? We're overloaded with toxins, and we're wondering why cancer rates are 1 and 2. Come on. Cleansing is a must. So I just dropped a few options in terms of cleansing. please share with me in the comments, how are you cleansing? What methods are you using that I did not mention? Because people need help. People need to know how can they cleanse. And sometimes it's more complex, but we have simple measures as well. I love to do foot baths. Foot baths are so simple, they're so relaxing. It's a way for me to get minerals in as well. I love to put some Epsom salts in there so I can get my magnesium levels up. But ladies, take note, we need to get our magnesium, right? This is how we keep our hormones in check. But on the flip side, the foot baths for detoxing are super key as well, because you can do fulvic humic, am I saying that right? Fulvic humic minerals? I believe I am. I'm going to put the link in the bio for it. But you can use minerals, but you can use these minerals to perform foot baths that are also a detox. So when I say there is a plethora of ways to detox, you have so many options. Plug into one, start there, get comfortable with it, then incorporate a new method. Start small, start with tea, right? We just need to get into the habit of prioritizing, detoxing, and cleansing.